October may have just started, but the Union Museum of History and Art out in Farmerville is hitting the ground running. Joining me right now to speak about an array of events happening in the city is Ms. Vicki Willis. Good morning, young lady. How you doing?
Good morning. I am doing well. How are you?
I am doing lovely. Thank you for coming on, and I love your earrings right there. Very creative. They should be in the museum right there. But let's get right to the good stuff. What can you tell us about this 5K annual Bayou Folk Festival?
So it's our 5th annual Bayou Folk Festival, Bayou D'Arbonne Folk Festival. It is truly based around all of the old craft ways from way back in the day. And so we have that starting on Saturday, October 4th at 9 a.m. Our vendors will start setting up around 7 a.m. At 9, we will kick off with the Union Parish High School Band, and then from there we will just have a lot of fun and festivities. We have food lined up, we have lots of craft vendors, we do have several bands that will be performing on our hay wagon stage. This year we are adding a couple of new components. We're adding a second stage, and on that second stage we will have the Sons of the Confederate will do a couple of reenactments. We also will have the D'Arbonne Theater Troupe under Emily Kelly's direction. They will do a performance. They'll do, I think, a monologue and a skit. Then we have the Homeschool U kids who are going to be doing a one-room schoolhouse reenactment. I'm super excited about that. They also will be doing games, you know, have lots of fun going on for the kids. And then we have several different demos going on. We'll have hide tanning, we will have a blacksmith forge and anvil going, and then, you know, quilting, crocheting. We also have a quilting and a vintage sewing machine and vintage clothing exhibit inside the museum. So there is a lot to partake in that day.
Yes, ma'am.
So if anybody is interested, please come on out. It's going to be a great day.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Vicki, it almost sounds like it's a blast from the past right there. Like you said, you guys got the blacksmiths out there reenacting different scenes. Now, you said this is the 5th year of this folk festival. How did this even come about to fruition in Farmerville?
Honestly, I'm really not sure. Jean Jones is the lady who was the director of the museum prior to me.
Okay.
And she just had a vision because, you know, you just want things to really kind of not lose their place in history.
Yes,
so there are a lot of activities, a lot of, you know, crafts and hobbies and things that were done in the past that people don't really do so much anymore, particularly the quilting piece of it, the blacksmithing, the forging. So in an effort to try to keep that going and keep young people interested in learning those skills so that it doesn't just completely die out, she had the vision and wanted to start that. So it started very small. It has grown, and this year is slated to be our largest one, which I think you would want to happen as you are moving through in time, right? You want it to get bigger and better every year.
Yes,
so that's kind of where we are.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you got me at the blacksmith and the different things of the past, almost a blast from the past. Is something I'm very interested in within history.
You need to come and visit us on Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you said it was Saturday, but what time is it going to be, and is there a price for the tickets? How much?
It opens officially at 9 a.m.
Okay.
and we will close at 2 p.m.
Okay.
And there is no charge. It is free admission, so come one, come all.
Yes, ma'am. That's one of my favorite words right there, free.
Yes.
Now we're
bring money to do your shopping and your eating, though. That's where you need your money.
Yes, ma'am. Now we're switching gears to one of the more surprising things that we can talk about, and this is something that I'm very interested in seeing right here, and we even got a prop to go with it. So normally in San Antonio they have this thing called Dinosaur George, but here in the Arklamis region you see Dinosaur Georgette slowly making his way onto the entrance right there. Now, with that being said, what is this dinosaur even doing right here, Ms. Vicki?
Well, this dinosaur is here as my support animal, I suppose.
There you go.
Truly, we have, right after the Folk Festival ends on the 4th, we're going to be transforming the museum into what I want to call all things dinosaur, because we are bringing in an outside exhibit. So we've worked with the Dinosaur George Traveling Museum. George Blazing is the curator of that museum, and I've worked with him to get him to come to our area. It's an opportunity to bring this educational component to Farmerville and have all of the kids, you know, have the opportunity to come in and see this. So this traveling exhibit is too big to be in our museum because our museum is not that large, but we're housing it over at the Willie Davis Rec Center at 116 Cox Ferry Road in Farmerville. And when the students come in, when the general population comes in, they will see a T-Rex skull, and then there will be a lot of other replicas and fossils from every time period and around the world that will be there. There will be a gift shop. We have invited all of the surrounding parishes. I've taken cute little tokens to the superintendents and the principals, and they've got some kind of dinosaur, whether it's a metal stand-up or a plush dinosaur, something to sit on their desk to remind them. And we have had several schools call and schedule time slots for that Thursday, Friday, October 9th and 10th. And of course, it's open to the general public. It starts at 9 a.m. each day and runs until 6 p.m. each day. We are trying to schedule schools, so for you school teachers, you school principals, you school superintendents, if you have not yet called us, please do so and get your kids signed up to come do that. But general population, come one, come all, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, bring your kids, your grandkids, your next best friend, whoever, and come see this, because it is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our area. I don't think anything like this has ever come to the Farmerville area. And again, free, no admission whatsoever. The museum is incurring all costs with this, so and we're partnering with the town of Farmerville for that. So it's just come one, come all. Come and enjoy. If you purchase something in the gift shop, that will cost you.
Yes, ma'am.
But as far as getting through the door, there is no charge.
Yes, ma'am.
And you might or might not see Georgette or someone like Georgette when you come to visit with us.
Yes, ma'am. Two more questions I'm gonna get out of here, Ms. Vicki. The first one is tied to the schools. You said a lot of different people and organizations are calling to get a request from Dinosaur George. Knowing that you're able to pull something off and, like you said earlier, bring a once-in-a-lifetime show to the Arklamis region, how does that make you feel, knowing you're able to educate the youth with a different side of things?
That's a really good question. I am an educator by trade, so I spent 31 years in the classroom and then as a director of the adult ed program. So through that 31 years, I've done a lot of different things with having a lot of different groups. So it's really cool because this is my wheelhouse, and this is, it's just an opportunity to treat educational experiences in a whole different way, because I'm not having to decide what the kids can or cannot go to. I get to figure out what I can bring to them. Knowing that kids of all ages are so interested in dinosaurs, and being able to bring something to them that will spark that creativity within them, and they're and because I know they're going to pick up a lot of new words while they're there. They're going to be experiencing a lot of new things that as a teacher in a classroom I wouldn't be able to provide for them. So it's really cool to be able to be on the other side of that fence and be able to offer that to everyone. So
yes,
yeah, so it's exciting.
Yes, ma'am. You love to hear it, and you heard it here first, Arklamis region. One more time for the people at home, in case they got lost in the translation. When and where is the folk festival going to be, and when and where is Dinosaur George, or Georgette, excuse me, going to be?
So the folk festival is this Saturday, October 4th, starting at 9 a.m. and running until 2 p.m. and that will be right at our museum grounds located at 211 North Main Street in Farmerville. The Dinosaur George exhibit will start on Thursday, October 9th and run through Saturday, October 11th. That will also start at 9 a.m. and run until 6 p.m. each of those 3 days.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, free admission for both of those. The only time you need to bring your pocketbook is to shop at the vendors and the food trucks, at the folk festival, and then to shop the gift shop at the Dinosaur George exhibit.
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully they got some little dinosaur nuggets at the food for me. Just kidding. But we want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and highlighting this to the Arklamis region. Your time is greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure.
Yes, ma'am. And to you too, Dinosaur Georgette.